What's up guys, Meredith with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today we are checking out the Raxium Axial Series projector headlights with the LED light bar, black housing, and clear lens, fitting all 2012 through 2015 Toyota Tacomas. Now if you're looking to incorporate some modern LED styling to your build while refreshing the old and worn out components without completely breaking the bank, this set will be a fantastic solution. Now this will be right up your alley if you're in search of an affordable replacement to your current set of lights that will bring some sleekness to the table in addition to some better lighting performance if your current halogens are struggling to offer you the visibility that you may need. Now the LED light bar here is really going to be that star of the show, bringing that new appearance to the front end of the truck, especially with the contrast off the black housing and the chrome inner detailing. Now with the housing, you do get that hybrid feel of the classic chrome in the middle with a darker appearance on the outside with that black detailing, and I really like that with that stealthy appearance, you're also getting a clear lens on the front, which will offer full transparency, so you can kind of have the best of both worlds when it comes to your headlights. Now the center bulb will feature a halogen setup, just like the factory. However, the projector lens on top will be a big upgrade, producing a more consistent and fuller beam pattern, which will eliminate the scattered lighting that you're most likely used to with your current set, and ultimately allow you a better path to view when you're driving at night. Now the rest of the headlight is going to be pretty standard as far as the configuration is concerned, but I really think that shines through. It's going to add a sharp appearance, especially with the clear lens on the front of this turn signal here, even though you do get an amber halogen bulb, and you're getting an LED marker light over on this side, making you a lot more noticeable when driving around at night. Now the lights themselves are going to be pretty solid with an ABS plastic housing, which is pretty typical considering that plastic is going to be strong and heat resistant. Now the lens on the front will have a polycarbonate build, which is much stronger than the average plastic and is going to resist any wear from the elements and impacts, which will be super helpful if you are taking your Tacoma off-road. Now the lights will also maintain their factory provisions with the inner turn signal like I mentioned, and the outer amber lighting to keep up to standard, in addition to being completely plug and play for some peace of mind that you're not going to have to do any crazy wiring or question really when it comes to install. Now this kit is going to be about $400, and like I said, it's going to be relatively affordable compared to other options. Now choices on the page will vary when it comes to the build, so having a hybrid build with LEDs and halogen is going to keep it more on the affordable side while still integrating a stylish and up-to-date feel for the front end of your truck. Now in addition to the look, the fact that these are going to be plug and play and hassle-free is a big benefit in itself. So I think if you are not looking to completely break the bank, but you're looking for a super easy way to refresh the front end of your Tacoma, this is going to be a great solution. Install here is going to be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. Again, the install will be plug and play, so it should take you about an hour to get these into the front end of your truck. Now at this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get these onto your Tacoma at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, a plastic pry tool, a 10mm wrench, and a 10mm socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Tacoma. First we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory headlights, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
Alright, so the first step in our install, we're going to remove several pop clips on each side of the grille to remove the grille itself. With a pop clip removal tool or a trim panel removal tool, go ahead and remove the pop clip. Remove the pop clip on the other side as well. At this point, you can remove two 10mm bolts holding on the top of your grille. At this point, we can remove our grille, pull up on the plastic brackets on top, and then grab your grille and pull straight forward to release all of the clips. Alright, so at this point, we're going to remove the trim piece beneath the headlight. In order to do this, we're going to grab a trim panel removal tool, and if you're worried about scratching your paint, you can throw a bit of painter's tape on the end here. To release the tab, go on the top here. You're going to look for a green pop clip, and if you press on the back of the pop clip, it will release the tab. To release the back of this trim piece, put your pop clip in the end and twist forward because the clip goes in this direction. At this point, you can remove the two 10mm bolts holding on the top of your headlight. All right, so there is one more bolt that we do have to remove, which is a bit hard to get to. It's right about here on the bottom of your headlight, and the way we're going to access this is remove two bolts underneath the wheel well liner and one screw in the side of it. With a 10mm socket, remove the two bolts underneath your bumper. At this point, we're also going to remove a pop clip with a stubby flathead screwdriver. Twist it to remove. With that clip removed, peel back your wheel well liner. And now you should be able to access the bolt by going in through here to the back of the headlight. All right, now with the wheel well liner back, you can see this bolt. You might have a little trouble seeing it on camera here, but you can feel the one that you have to remove. We're gonna grab a 10mm socket and a ratchet, and we're gonna go ahead and get it out. With all the bolts removed, we're now going to release this tab here. You can do this by hand, or if you like, you can do it with a flathead screwdriver, and you're just going to pry forward. Release the two tabs at the top as well. Again, you can just lift up, or if you have a flathead, just pry it off. Now that the headlight is released and loose on your truck, we're going to disconnect each of the connectors at this point. Go ahead and pull each of them off. There should be three. One main and then two marker lights. And there's one a little bit farther forward up here. Now that everything is released and your headlight's disconnected, it's a matter of wiggling the headlight and maneuvering it in just the right way for it to come out.
So now we're ready to install our new headlights. So we're gonna plug in our 3 electrical connectors into our body harness. They're all different connectors, so you can't switch them up. We'll plug those in, and then we can twist our headlight into place. Now, once we have the thickest part of our housing underneath of this support, you can do the Tacoma twist. Slide it into place. You'll get the bottom popped in there. And now we can reinstall those 2 bolts at the top of our headlight. And then we'll take a 10mm socket, tighten these down. Now these are threaded into plastic, so make sure you don't over tighten them. Next, we can reinstall our lower headlight trim. So we'll slide our cutout into that tab and then press our push clip into place. And then once you're at this point, you can repeat the same process on the other side. Next, we can line up our grill and slide that into place. Next, we can reinstall our 2 push clips. And those 2 10mm bolts. Now, once again, these are threaded into plastic, so take a 10mm socket, make sure you don't over tighten them. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Raxium Axial Series projector headlights with LED bar, black housing, and clear lens for your 2012 to 15 Tacoma. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.